Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I want to congratulate all the nominees before us. You are an extraordinary array of Americans who show a deep level of patriotism that should be humbling to all of us that are gathered here. And this is a remarkable day. This is not a rote, routine hearing. It is really one that affirms our commitment to the judiciary. I got a chance to sit and go see Ketanji Brown Jackson get sworn in. And one of my favorite moments as a senator was when the President of the United States walked into the Supreme Court chamber last, and nobody moved, nobody stood up, because we are a nation that believes that everyone is equal before it's the judiciary. And so it's very meaningful to me that all five of you are here, but if you allow me a point of just personal observation to the two African-American women that are before me. James Baldwin wrote that, in essence, this destructive delusion that race is and the damage it's done to our nation. I've been on this committee now just for a few Congresses, been a senator for about 10 years, and this last Congress, since President Biden has been the President of the United States, has shown us more minority women coming before this body than ever before in history. In fact, more African-American women have been placed on the circuit court than every other president combined. And as I look at these two extraordinary women before me, I can't help but think about my mom. I actually called her to regale her about the two Jersey boys here. But we got to talking about the diversity on the bench. My mom was, like I'm sure the two of you, often found herself to be the only black woman in many rooms as a trailblazer herself. I grew up around a kitchen table listening to a black woman come home as one of IBM's earliest black women executives and tell her stories, and some of them were very painful and very hard. I just want you all to know, very personally, how good it is to see you two sitting where you are sitting in a nation that has a Senate with no black women, in a nation that has never seen a black female governor. To see the diversity now happening on our federal bench, I think gives every American a reason to be proud. We've had qualified African-American women for generations, but this is the first time we've seen them now going onto our federal bench at this number, and you two are indeed worthy and of the positions you are nominated for, and worthy of note and celebration. So thank you. Mr. Farbiage, I just want you to say, as this boy who grew up in a black church, you give me great nachas, and I want to say Baruch Hashem. Your story is incredible, and it has just been an honor to get to know you over this process, and I cannot tell you what it means to see your family here. Mr. Kirsch, I have been very moved by your story as well, and your career. And I think I would like to have my one question for this panel, with no disrespect to Mr. Brookman, who is extraordinary in his own right. I just want to just center on you, and I know your values and I know your commitments, and you serving as AUSA, you got very involved with the area of reentry. And it's not a job requirement. It's not something that was requested of you. You get no mark in your career. I just was hoping that maybe for my one question to this panel, would you maybe describe to me why it was important for you to get so involved with the issue of reentry?
Thank you, Senator. So for 4 years, I served as the sole juvenile judge in Union County, a population of 550,000 people. During those 4 years, I handled 4,400 juvenile matters, from murder on down. This might be the most challenging, difficult assignment that a state court judge has to handle, because you're really dealing with children. Some children who do some very serious, or commit rather serious offenses. But they're children in crisis, who oftentimes lacked any semblance of a support system. And so while I was presiding over these matters and visiting my kids in the juvenile detention center, it occurred to me that maybe more could be done to break this chain. And so I created a juvenile reentry initiative. We took it statewide. We went to every juvenile detention center. The feedback was overwhelmingly positive. Maybe we moved the needle for a kid or two, and it's probably the proudest professional accomplishment of my career.
Thank you, Yashar Koach, and I wish you the best.